Hello, this is Kim with Standing on Solid Ground. I am the host of the Spiritually Motivated and Inspirational Podcast. And today, I want to ask this question. Do you recall the old cliche or saying, I will cross that bridge when I come to it? There have been many bridges that we have crossed in our lives. And whenever we think about the future or think about the occurrences that are going on in our lives, we always come to this point where we say, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But when the bridge comes to that forefront in our lives, and we are standing on that bridge or standing on one side of the bridge, and we see the long path that we have to cross to get to the other side. How many of us actually cross that bridge? Or how many of us take a detour and go someplace else? Whenever we have oppositions or situations in our lives where we have made that comment, I'll cross it when I get there. When we finally get there, how do we feel? Do we feel accomplished? Do we feel fulfilled? Do we feel like we made a difference? Or are we going to get scared and run the opposite direction? Many times that comment is made for the wrong situations. Let's just say, for instance, like paying your bills. Now, you may have $10,000 sitting right here in front of your face that will pay your rent, pay your bills, your utilities, doctor's bills, buy your groceries, have you set up for at least 2 or 3 months ahead of time. But instead of paying the bills, we do something else with that money. Have a party, get our hair done, go to a concert, take a vacation. We do this, and then they say, well, you know the bills is due, and you say, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But when you get to the bridge, you can't cross it. Why? Because you don't have the money to do what you need to do to take care of the things that are on that bridge to take care of. And many of us, the gate will close on us. And say, well, I'm shutting this gate because you can't cross this bridge. You didn't take care of what you needed to take care of prior in order to get to where you needed to go in the beginning. Now, to take care of that $10,000 worth of bills, you were praying for a house. Let's just say you wanted a house. And you prayed to the Lord and prayed to the Lord and prayed to the Lord about this house. God blessed you with the money to be able to take care of bills that are standing in your way to get to that house. You see the house that you want. You know the address. It's the perfect fit. It's the perfect location. It's absolutely right for you. God said, okay, I know in order for you to get to that house, you're going to have to take care of this. So he makes a way for you to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of in the beginning. However, instead of taking care of what needed to be taken care of, you took care of what you felt was important for you to take care of. When we get to the point of the bridge, And God is saying we didn't take care of what we needed to take care of. In the promise that we're going to take care of these bills so we can get this house. We get to that bridge. It's time to cross it. We can't cross it because we have so many obstacles that are in the way. The whole point of having that bridge is to be able to have a clear shot to wherever you are going to do. And when you don't take care of business, and when you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to have a lot of obstacles. And God is saying, no, I'm not even going to let them cross because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. When God has something in mind for us to do, and the bridge is before us to cross, we don't know what's going to happen once we cross that bridge, but we got to cross that bridge in faith, knowing that God has something good on the other side. It's clear. The day is beautiful. There's no traffic. Everything is absolutely 100% wonderful. The only thing is left for us to do is to cross it. This is where many people stumble. When they prayed all that they can pray, when they cried out unto the Lord consistently, when we seek His face, when we bow down and when we humble ourselves and humble our hearts and humble our spirits, we finally get through the storm. And here we are. Now, we don't see anything. We don't see any traffic. We don't see any oppositions. We don't see any confusion. All we got to do is go straight ahead. Many of us sometimes will listen to our thoughts. We'll listen to what other people are saying. We'll listen to the wrong things. We will be in our own brains, be in our own minds, where we have to escape our own thoughts, our own self-destruction. This is where the devil works. He wants to cause a confusion. He wants to make it worse than what it really is. If you cross this bridge, you might not get that house that you want. If you cross this bridge, you might have more problems than solutions. This is how he works. He wants to play in the mind of that person that has been praying, been crying, been pleading, been begging, knocking, asking, searching for however long. They finally made it through the storm and they can see their path. It's clear. Now it's time to make that extra step. And this is when we get beside ourselves. We get in our heads and we think, well, if I cross this, what's going to happen? Am I going to get the house that I wanted to have? Am I going to get the car that I wanted to drive? Am I going to get the job that I wanted, that I have applied for? All of these things start playing in your brain. And then you start second guessing yourself. You start doubting God. Because He's got you to this point. But it's now time for you to finish the race, finish the course. Is this a new beginning for me, or is this the end? Is this going to be a success, or is it going to be a failure? You got here. You prayed your way through. You sought the face of God. You wept at His feet. You stood boldly before the throne of God and asked Him for what you wanted. Now that the bridge is before you, you're scared. You're second guessing yourself. You're not sure of yourself. You have all this playback in your mind. And then you don't want to admit to yourself that God has brought you through. I come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. He's never failed me. I look around, I come this far by faith. If you've come this far by faith, and you know that God brought you this far, why are you questioning if this is meant for you? Getting to the bridge is one aspect. Crossing it is the next step. We fight, we struggle, we scratch, we scrape, we cried, we plead, we begged, and then we're here. It reminds me of many different musicians, singers, that they go to maybe different nightclubs, and or comedians where they go to many different settings. They scratch, they paw, they crawl, they did whatever they had to do to get that big break. They get it, and then they bombed. First step out on the stage in front of all those people, the nerves got the best of them. For some of them. Then there are those, you can tell that they are nervous. You can tell that they are about to come unglued, but they went for it. They got to the bridge. The only thing they had to do was cross it. And in that case, crossing it meant getting to the stage. People have one or two things they'll do. They'll reject you or accept you. That's it. They'll cheer you on or boo you. There's only two ways it's going to go. It's either going to be a success or failure. If we don't cross the bridge, we won't know what will happen. If we allow the devil to get in our minds and play around with our thoughts to make us second guess ourselves, this is how he did in the beginning of time. Think about Eve. Eve second guessed herself. She knew what God told her, but she did what she wanted to do. The bridge can be a blessing to you or a curse to you. It's all in whose bridge you cross. There have been bridges that can hold a ton of vehicles a year, a month, a day. Then there are bridges that'll collapse when too much weight is on it. It all depends on who is the one that built that bridge. If we know that God built this bridge, it is time for us to cross it. We made it there. Now it's time to go to the other side. If we fail to go to the other side, there's no one to blame but ourselves. We'll cross any of the devil's bridges because it looks good to us, it feels good to us, it sounds good to us, it make us just all jiggly. But that's the flesh. But when you walking in spirit, you're not walking by sight. You're walking by what God has taught you and not by what you think. What you have learned from God is what you go with. What He has instilled in you. And if you were not ready, He wouldn't let you cross until you were ready. The trials and tribulations that we go through are tests that He allows us to be examined by, to see if we will withstand the pressure. Once we pass the test, He's going to get us to the bridge. Once we make it to the bridge, it's really up to us whether we want to cross it or not. Don't allow the devil to steal your victory away from you. Don't allow the devil to play with your mind. Tell yourself, I made it this far by faith, leaning on the Lord. I have trusted in His word, and He's never failed me. I am going through by faith. So I'm walking by faith and not by sight. Don't allow the devil to steal your victory, but allow yourself to know that God has never failed you at this point in junction in your life. This is Kim with Standing on Solid Ground. You have yourself a wonderful and blessed day.